Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Dawntrail. In the last episode, we explored the volcano area and bumped into none other than Kryle's parents, or at least the endless versions of Kryle's parents. And after some initial awkwardness that Grahatia helped resolve, they kind of caught up, and we learned a bit more information from them about why they took Kryle to the source to escape Preservation's agents because they wanted to experiment on her because she has the echo. And also they took the key because they were trying to use the key for interdimensional fusion. And then we learned more about the Malala themselves and the fact that it appears that they left the source during the 5th Umbral Calamity to come to this reflection. They were likely the South Seas peoples who used the artifact that they had at the time to open a portal to this reflection. But were never able to use it again until Preservation, I guess, augmented it with Electrope and used it to create the portal that is in the Skydeep Cenote. So we don't know how it works, we don't know who made it, we don't know where it came from, or anything like that. Yet. So, we then had to shut down that terminal, so that has been dealt with, and now we've come over to the last zone. And we're going to have to deal with Kafkiwa now. And Aaronville's going to have to sort this out. So that's kind of where we're at. Kafkiwa wants to explore the place because she never got a chance to do it because, you know, all of her time here as an Endless has been kind of controlling that little robots and running Oblivion. So, we now have a chance to do that, so that's what we're going to go ahead and do. So, let's get to it. Let's just talk to everybody first. Kryle. How very like Kafkiwa to chase her dreams to the last. Klamat. Let's help Kafkiwa make some great memories. Grahatia. The Sanctuary of Exploration and Discovery. Quite fitting that Kafkiwa's memories are here. And Aaronville. Dots. Alright, let's go. Then, with your consent, let's begin our adventure. Naturally, while we go about this, feel free to continue befriending Endless, and be sure to absorb the delightful scenery. And so these are actual living plants, I would assume. Because obviously they wouldn't be recreated from memories, in theory. Grahatia? Scenery here is nothing short of remarkable. To think that Sveen has managed to preserve it for the Endless. Kryle. What a lovely garden. Uklamat. I thought those things were some sort of enormous tree, but they're actually sculptures. All those things that look like the trees in the greatest ends veil that the Loporits made. Yeah. Aaronville. I somehow anticipated this. Kafkiwa. This particular garden is called Blooms of Discovery. Beautiful, isn't it? It's absolutely stunning. And they are all actual plants? They are indeed. These specimens were brought here hundreds of years ago for conservation, as the calamity had pushed them to the brink of extinction. So this zone is like a great conservatory. Precisely, my dear Kryl. Here you'll find flora and fauna the likes of which no longer exist elsewhere. Does the thought just set your heart aflutter? I suppose. I expect that some creatures I encountered outside of Tyrol may have cousins in this world. While I'm no expert on life in the reflections, it would make for an interesting study to compare them. Alright, find something to focus on. Now there is an idea, leave it to my people to think up such. Here we have not only a world's traveling adventurer and a veteran gleaner, but a pair of Charlene's finest scholars besides. A veritable gathering of inquisitiveness, and I'm thrilled to be part of it. Guess we'll take the tenacity as well. Have to keep up. Alright, to begin with, I'd like you to scout the vicinity and report back with any points of note. It'd be a good opportunity to speak with the locals. They're bound to be familiar with the area after all. As LNSBS suggests, would be interesting to compare the creatures here with those native to the source. I've never ventured outside of Tyrol, so I look forward to your insights. Just leave it to us. I've only ever been to Charlene myself, but I'd like to think I know interesting when I see it. Alright, let's go look around. A specimen observing endless. Oh, hello there. What am I doing, you ask? Look up the trunk. See the plants within capsules? These species either can't survive in windspath gardens or would become invasive and disrupt the ecosystem. The capsules recreate the conditions they require, from tropical to frigid climes, while keeping them isolated. In this way, any and all plant life can be preserved forever, just like ourselves. Ah, so those little bulbs up there are self-contained environmental capsules, I guess? An observation point? You see a creature wandering around that resembles the Trents native to the Twelves would. Or treants. Alright, observation points. The flower garden appears to be meticulously maintained, if not by Endless, then by machines. A water watching Endless. Alright, did you know that even the water here is created using electrope? The initial product is too pure, though, and adjustments have to be made so the composition resembles what's found in the natural environment. This is one of the many things they do to create the ideal conditions for these plants to thrive. I don't know what's become of the world outside the barrier, but I should like to visit a lovely spot such as this in real life. Speaking of lovely spots, have you been to the top of the lookout here? It's a great vantage point, and there's even a food stall in case you're hungry. I guess we head up there. And there's an aetherite, right. Should probably attune to that. Alright, a terminal gazing endless. My ancestors aren't actually Alexandrian, but hailed from a place called Conde Petit. They had some unique customs there. For instance, when greeting someone, you had to say "Lally ho" in a spirited manner. Sunland was also famous for a gigantic tree that grew nearby. It was so enormous that when you stood at its base, the roots covering the ground went beyond the horizon. The terminal here at Windspath Gardens is apparently inspired by that very tree, the Leafa tree, its name was. It may not be real, but it's nice to have it as a memento for posterity. Interesting. That would be the terminal over there. I assume that's a reference to a previous Final Fantasy game. Which I am not aware at the moment. Though I am working on, I've started up playing through all of the previous Final Fantasy games, so we'll run into it eventually, I guess. Anvil. There was a beast I'd never seen before. Well, while the arboretums of Charlian imitate natural environments, this place has the feel of an exhibit. In that sense, the word gardens does suit it well. Alright, Kafkiwa. Welcome back, Ayami. Kryle has just delivered to me a most fascinating report. You have some engaging impressions to share too, I hope. Well, we'll tell them what we found. Well, that's all very interesting indeed, but I must say I am most fascinated by the ambulating trees. Well, there are similar creatures in Urkopacha. Could you tell me more about these trents as you know them? We'll say they're natives to the Twelves Woods, where they prey upon even wolves. Is that so? To maintain the ecosystem here, I imagine there are creatures that serve as their prey. The management end of ecosystems. That calls to mind Labyrinthos, does it not? That it does. Lest you wonder, Labyrinthos is a storage facility deep beneath Charlian that contains a recreation of a temperate climate zone. Such a place exists? Amazing. By the by, did anyone catch sight of a large scalekin? A large scalekin, you say? What does it look like? Nothing I've seen before, but it has a rodent-like form and walks on all fours. It looks like a rodent. Wouldn't that make it a beastkin? No, it's covered in scales, one that appear to mimic succulent plants. By that, I would definitely classify it as a scalekin. Well, it's hard to say for certain without seeing it. Why don't you show me? Very well. It was in a flower field earlier, and should still be near. Let's head over there then. When we find it, we'll see who's right. The two of you should come along too and lend us your opinions. Go on ahead, Ayami. I'll let the others know and then join you. Alright, let's go see what this thing is. Oh, it's one of those. You spot a beast resembling an Eshivor you encountered in the first. That's one there. I see. At a glance, it certainly has a look of both scalekin and beastkin. Let's examine it more closely, then, shall we? Tell me your observations. It's covered in plant-like scales. That was also the first thing I noticed. I dare say those scales are for hiding in foliage. Having studied it, I believe that the scales, when inspected, are in fact a unique form of hide. Rather than being shed, it grows with the creature. You may be right. If we consider that along with its other characteristics, such as its face and hands, it's more likely to be a beastkin, like you said. A physical examination would be needed to confirm this beyond doubt, but I'm satisfied simply to have seen it. It seems you alone were familiar with this species. Where did you encounter it? On the first. The fairy kingdom of the first? Ayame here has been to the very edge of existence. She has seen life that others could only imagine. Amazing. Creation truly holds no end of mysteries. Oh, how I'd love to see them all. The life beyond the bounds of our star and plane both. It looks like we're having fun. Hearing about the unknown never fails to rouse me. I felt the same way when Kethenram and Galuf treated me to tales of their travels. You've met my grandfather too? Oh, didn't I already mention it? It was when Galuf came to Tural to investigate the Golden City. I happened to have business with Gulu Jaja, so we met in Tuliolol. Little did I know that the tiny babe he was cradling would return as you. You think that our paths had already crossed all these years ago? Not only yours and mine either. Eleneshbia was there too, you know? I don't remember. It's quite fine if you don't. It was actually because Galuf told me about Charlian that I later urged Eleneshbia to take up cleaning. My fussy bun was growing up dour and withdrawn, and it was when I was at my wit's end that I recalled your grandfather's story about cleaners. Seeing the world through their adventures would inspire a change for the better, I believed. I'm sorry I was dour and withdrawn. If you ask me, you still have some work to do, but it's because you're that way that you're with us now. And I, for one, am grateful. Well, let's keep moving, shall we? There's a facility I've been wanting to visit. The Clara Museum of Nature. They're supposed to have creatures that take you on leisurely flights. There's just one problem. It seems only 3 people can fly at one time. Then you and Aaronville should go. The rest of us still have plenty of other things we can do here. If there's room for one more, why don't you come with us, Ayame? Alright. Then it's settled. The museum is at the bottom of the ramp that runs west of Laynode Arrow. Come on. So I guess Aaronville is about the same age as Kryl, around 20 or so? Maybe a little older. If he was young enough to not be able to remember at the time. They're probably not that much older than Kryl. We're going over here, I guess. Easy way? Oh, it won't let me. Ah, boo. Oh, nice. Capybaras. I think that's what those are. Aaronville. It does look the part, this museum. I must say I'm curious what's inside. And the curator. Hello there. Come to ride the Mewaparas? Mepayaras, have you? Ugh. Here it is, the Claymore Museum of Nature. The main building is closed due to the ether shortage, but happily they are still offering leisure flights. And these are the fellows that will bear us. How adorable. They don't look capable of flight. Aaronville? I mean, come on. How many mounts do I have that can fly that don't look like they should? Come now, you know better than to judge a creature by its appearance. This will be great, I just know it. Alright, and that is the Ether Current quest. Alright, begging your pardon, but this is where you can go on leisure flights, yes? Indeed it is. Bearing you will be our adorable Moapyra, unpronounceables. We're especially trained by a Turali friend. Just say the word, and we will set you up, send you up, up, and away. And there you have it. Shall we then? Are you ready? Then go ahead and mount up. These things fly a set route, so you need to only relax and enjoy the view. Ride the unpronounceable, yes. I should just call it a capybara. That's a lot easier. I'll be damned, they really do fly. Hey, the way they're flying in formation, don't we look like migrating birds? Except we're on giant rodents. Speaking of migrating birds, the mallard is where your name comes from. Did I ever tell you that? That I knew, but I learned it from the shamaness, not from you. A migrating bird can fly anywhere it desires, even across oceans to distant continents. And you've done just that, my clever mallard. I thank you not to call me that. Oh dear, is it over already? Time really does fly when you have fun. What a joy to see living memory from up high. Ah, that was wonderful. An experience worth saving for the very end. You two enjoyed yourselves as well, I trust? Sure. It was enjoyable enough, I suppose. My fussy bun, that's high praise. I'm glad I invited you, Anayame. Thank you for indulging me. Dots. If I could, I'd go for another 100 rides, but I must settle for the one. It's time we're headed to the Aero Terminal. There are still things you wish to do. If there are still things you wish to do, you'll want to do them now. When you're ready, make your way along the path yonder. I'll find the others and let them know the same. All right. It's time. Aaronville. The only a facsimile constructed from her memories. I understand this. But when she's right there, as alive and spirited as I've ever known her, how am I supposed to do it? How am I supposed to erase her? Does she even know how it tears me apart? I'm sure she does, and she's trying to keep a brave face on. And keep things as positive as possible. All right, on to the terminal. All right, Aaronville. It's not fair. Grazia, we'll be there for Aaronville. Clement. We saw you from below. It looked like you were having fun. And Kryl, it'll be hard, but let us send Kefkiwa off with a smile. All right, let's go.
How delightful this has been. Not since my journey with the Dawn Servant have I enjoyed myself so. No, I'm selling it short. This was even better. And that's because I was able to share this adventure with my darling boy. Well, this is as far as I can go. As for the rest...
Just stop. You're doing it again. Deciding everything by yourself, and then disappearing.
Eleneshpia, you're my pupil, so you ought to understand. Everything that lives must one day die, and that which has died isn't meant to return. This is the way of nature. Mine is an unnatural existence, and I've suffered it only because I had to unmake this twisted mausoleum. But now that brave souls have appeared to whom I might entrust my mission, I may finally embrace the end. Can't you be happy for me?
How could I be happy?
I was actually quite scared, you see. Scared that I'd be trapped inside the barrier forever and denied the thrill of discovery for all my days. Your coming gave me courage and comfort, Eleneshpia. More than you know. And now here I stand, unburdened and free. In this moment, the happiest of my life.
We'll say this is something only you can do.
As you wish, Mother. I'll continue what you began. You were right, of course. Leaving home has broadened my horizons. I've met my friends and found this place. So I bid you leave your dreams with me. And no, I'll go where you couldn't go. And do what you couldn't do. I will.
Look at you. All grown up and dependable. Yet with so much more ahead. A world of experiences await you, each a lesson of its own. You may know failure and burning regret, but these too shall become beacons to guide you. So come what may, hold your head high and carry on with conviction. And wherever your journeys take you, keep me close to your heart, will you? I should like to be there, to see what I haven't seen.
You will be, Mother.
Now, run along. And never forget that you're my pride and joy. I trust you all can handle the rest. Take care, and farewell.
All right then. Yakuwa. I could have asked for more fulfilling final hours than these. I am so happy to have met you, Yami, you and everyone else. Thank you for the memories. And thank you for watching over my LNSPia. It'll be fine now. I know it. All right then. Let's go. Kryle, let's see our test through to the end. Aaronville, no more doubts. I will shut the terminal down. And Grahantia, we carry on with our hopes and memories in our hearts. Alright, and Muglamat, we'll leave this to you, Aaronville. I won't waver. Not anymore. If you ready yourselves, then so am I. Yep. Flip the switch.
That makes all of them.
All that remains is to wait for the meso-terminal to become vulnerable when it's about to initiate fusion. And then we strike.
And there's our cue.
Please be advised, we are entering the final phase of world bridging. Repeat, we are entering the final phase of world bridging. The ether of all residents will shortly be replenished. Be at ease. No action on your part is required. We thank you for your patience.
Wait, it's already begun?
All right. Let's go. Not a moment too soon. It's as if she's saying she won't let us do as we please anymore. Through our time here, we've come to know what it is Sphene seeks to protect, but that doesn't change what we have to do. Alright, Muglamot. We'll carry out Kafkiwa's plan. It's our best chance at stopping Sphene. It'll be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but we're all prepared, I assume. That goes out saying, come, we head to the Meso Terminal. Alright, we head to the Meso Terminal. All right. Okay, here we are. Aaronville. I will do my part too. That's it. Whatever it takes, we must protect that which we hold dear. And Kryl. My parents are watching over us, I'm sure of it, as is my grandfather. Alright, and Mook Lamont. No good. It seems we can't simply shut the mesoterminal shut down the mesoterminal like the others. Not surprising in the least, my mother did tell us its defenses are tight. But she also left me a means of circumventing them, a program that will send your souls into the terminal's memory banks. Therein lies a virtual domain generated by Sphene's memories. So we would venture into this domain and then seek out and stop Sphene. If our souls are transferred in their entirety, dying in that domain would be no different from dying outside of it. There's no guarantee of safe return. But nonetheless, that is a risk we must take. We've already come this far, and I'll be damned if I'm going to turn back now. By meeting the Endless, I've gained a better understanding of Sphene and the burden she bears. I want to say a few things to her when we meet again, even if it doesn't make a difference. Whatever happens, we won't let Sphene walk her misguided path any longer. Alright. I'll guess I'll go with for those who have yet to meet. I'll do all I can to provide support. Mother has instructed me on her program as well as the world within the terminal. I'll also keep an eye out on your bodies while you're gone. Should it come to it, though, I won't hesitate to call upon our comrades outside. I'm acutely aware of my limits. Upon entering the terminal, we will most certainly meet with fierce resistance from its defenses. Then there is Sween herself. In order to initiate interdimensional fusion, she said that she intends to erase her own memories. What matter of entity she will become as a result, none can say. And if she invokes the key and opens portals to other worlds, she would have access to vast amounts of ether to bring to bear against us, in which we must be prepared for anything. Whatever we encounter won't change our objective, and it won't change what I'll do. Come, my friends, it's time to settle this. Alright, Alexandria now accessible. The final MSQ dungeon, which we will do next episode. So we'll go ahead and stop here for now. We'll make the final push to the end when we come back. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.